All right, hello everybody. Welcome to another video from AA Sports Cards. This is the latest consignment sent to us. I am very, very honored the consigner chose us to help him sell his cards. I hope this is the beginning of a long-term relationship with this consigner. We have many repeat consigners. We're always happy to get new ones, and we strive to make every effort to have first-time consigners become repeat consigners. This consignment contains 13, a baker's dozen, 13 different cards from the legendary 1951-52 Parker set. And yes, folks, every single one has been graded a PSA 7. Let's not take that lightly. The most fragile post-war hockey set, one of the most fragile sets in the entire hobby. Getting a straight run of PSA 7s, that is quite a task, quite a feat. Good on this consigner, and it is going to be a lot of fun to sell these. I'm going to show them to you one by one. All of these cards will be going on eBay under our user ID Vahuda. Very shortly, you will start to see them soon. I have to obviously do the work and get them up, but as I always say, this is not a job. This is something I love to do, especially when it's this card this year in a grade of PSA 7. I was listening to a podcast while walking my dog, and there was a very knowledgeable hockey card collector on there talking about the scarcity of vintage hockey. And compared to the four major sports, how hard the hockey is to find in high grade. They printed, I mean, listen, let's be honest. Any vintage card, which to me is pre-war into the 50s, 60s, is going to be difficult to find in high grade. There's no question. Kids did not give a second thought to taking care of them. But if you break down the four major sports, there's no question, in my opinion anyway, hockey is the hardest to find. Vintage hockey in grades like this, in condition like this. It's incredible these things have survived the ravages of time to look like this. And, you know, I always say, if hockey cards could talk, what a story these things would have. You could make, you could start a whole Netflix series on the history of these cards if they were able to tell you where they were, where they've been, and how they got here. There is a back. Every team, I think, is represented here. It looks like there's a lot of Toronto Maple Leafs. But again, just a stellar run of 1951-52 Parker's hockey cards. And you will see all of these going up for sale individually on eBay under our user ID Vahuda. I'll show it back again for those of you who are not familiar with this issue. All of the text is on front. The backs are blank. And we're unfortunately getting near the end. This is interesting. Card number 101. There's 105 cards in the set. And I always think, you know, is the first few and the last few are always harder to find than in general than the other cards in the set, because kids generally held their cards in order 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So cards near the end tended to get a lot of wear and tear. There is one other card in the consignment, actually two other cards in the consignment, not quite to the level of the PSA 751s, but a very sought after card nonetheless. The Johnny Bucyk rookie card in a very respectable PSA 6. I always say, if you took the card out of the holder and just held it in your hand, it would look like a beautiful card. Back in the day, I feel really old, but back in the day before grading, when there was no such thing and it was all raw, that would have been considered a dynamite card. And the one other card in the consignment is, you know, in the scheme of things, listen, not a big mover and shaker, but the cards from the 1954 top set, arguably the most attractive hockey set ever issued. So it's interesting. You've got the most significant hockey set ever issued post World War II, and you've got the most beautiful hockey set ever issued post-World War II. Both significant sets. So we're very excited to get rolling on this consignment. Thank you again to the consigner for sending us these cards, and I'm excited, as always. I've got the best job in the world. Thank you for watching. If you reside in Canada and you want to sell or consign your vintage or high-end modern sports cards to us, all you got to do is, like this gentleman, box your stuff up, send it to us. We do the work. We do everything else, from scanning, photos, quality item descriptions, to packaging up and shipping. All you have to do is sit back and watch the auctions on eBay, and you get American money. You can find out more about us at aasportscards.com. And as this video plays, it is the beginning of the 2024-25 NHL season. So you know who I'm pulling for. I think you do anyway. Go Canucks, go. And that's it. We'll see you soon. All right, everybody, take care.